Konnichiwa minasan and welcome to another episode of One Piece Analysis. Today we'll be diving into the world of Oda Sensei's masterpiece manga and anime series.
One Piece は実在する!
In this video, we'll be discussing a moment in One Piece history, the 2-year time skip that occurred between chapters 597 and 598 of the manga and episode 516 and 517 of the anime. How did this time skip impact the story, characters, and overall universe of One Piece? What notable changes took place during this period? What does it all mean for the future of the series? Sit tight, grab a popcorn, and let's uncover these answers together. Now, the time skip in One Piece served as a turning point in the narrative. It brought an end to half of an adventure known as Sea of Survival, Super Rookie's Saga, and it also marked the beginning of the final sea, the New World Saga, while preparing for the epic conclusion. This leap was prompted by the events surrounding Luffy and his allies' valiant efforts during the Summit War of Marineford. Their mission? To save Luffy's brother Ace from execution at the hands of Marine forces. This conflict witnessed a confrontation between the Marines under the command of Fleet Admiral Sengoku and their 3 admirals, Aokiji, Akainu, and Kizaru. On the side, we had the Whitebeard pirates led by Edward, also known as Whitebeard, who was among the 4 emperors. The war also involved pirate groups, like those who were allied with Whitebeard or Luffy, as well as some of the warlords of the sea, such as Boa Hancock, Jinbei, Crocodile, Gekko Moria, and Marshal D. Teach. For Luffy and his friends, the war was an event. They had to witness Ace's death at the hands of Akainu, who also inflicted a wound on Luffy's chest. Whitebeard also met his demise during the battle after being betrayed by Teach. This act allowed Teach to steal his devil fruit power and rise as one of the world's pirates. Luckily for Luffy, his father Monkey D. Dragon's revolutionary army saved him. The army was led by Sabo, Luffy's childhood friend, who regained his lost memories after a fire incident in his youth. Following this rescue operation, Boa Hancock took Luffy to Amazon Lily, where she developed feelings for him. Losing his brother left Luffy in a state of shock and grief. He blamed himself for not being strong enough to protect Ace. During this time, he received a message from his crewmates, who were separated by Kuma during their escape from Sabondi. The newspaper article contained a message revealing Luffy's tattoo on his arm with 3 marks, 3D2Y.
でも 3D は×で2はいい。
2年集合は3日後じゃなく2年後。
These symbols indicated that they would reunite at Sabondi Archipelago in 3 days. However, Luffy modified the plan, extended the waiting time to 2 years by adding another mark. It was Luffy's way of signaling to his crew that they should dedicate a couple of years to training before venturing into the new world.
焦っても今の俺たちじゃ新世界は駆け上がらねえ。立ち止まって力をつけるんだ。
The second half of the Grand Line and the most dangerous sea in the world. After consideration, Luffy decided to undergo training under the guidance of Silver's Rayleigh, who was formerly the mate of Goldie Roger.
もう少しだルフィ。
Rayleigh generously offered to teach Luffy the art of mastering Haki, a power that grants individuals the ability to perceive, manipulate, and withstand the wills of others. Without hesitation, Luffy accepted Rayleigh's kind offer, accompanied him to Luscaina Island, a land teeming with perilous creatures and unforgiving conditions. Over 2 years, Luffy dedicated himself to honing his prowess and acquiring proficiency in all 3 forms of haki: observation haki for detecting others' presence and intentions, armament haki for fortifying his body or weapons with heightened strength and resilience, and conqueror's haki for asserting dominance over individuals with resolve. In endeavors, Luffy's loyal crewmates embarked on their respective journeys across various corners of the world, training alongside their mentors or forging alliance with trusted companions. Zoro underwent training with Mihawk, renowned as the world's swordsman and one of the esteemed warlords of the sea.
覇気をまとえば同じ刀でも折れることはなかった。刃こぼれすら己の恥と思え。
Nami dedicated her time to studying weather patterns and honing her navigation skills on Weatheria Island.
無茶でも何でも私は行かなくちゃいけないの。私がいないとあいつらどこへも行けない。
Usopp diligently worked on improving his marksmanship and endurance on the Boeing archipelago.
この島で生き抜くためには注意力と体力が必要だ。今のウソップは
いくら俺でもアリンコやミミズより
でか。
Sanji immersed himself in Kamabata Kingdom, where he acquired techniques and martial arts proficiency.
そう
Chopper focused on advancing his knowledge and enhancing his devil fruit abilities in the Torino Kingdom.
俺はお前らと話をしに来たんだ。ダンブルアームポイント。
Robin decided to join Dragon's army, deepening her understanding of the history of Botigo Island.
竜爪剣を教えようか。覚えれば武器になる。
じゃあちょっとだけ教えてくれる？
Frankie ingeniously upgraded his body with Vegapunk's cutting-edge technology on Karakuri Island.
200-300年実現不可能な設計図がゴロゴロ。確かにこんな場所俺も技術者として指一本触れたくねえ。
Brook rose to fame as the rock star known as Soul King, captivating audiences across the islands.
私の意味を知らねえだろ、ベイビー。
Lastly, Jinbei played a role in safeguarding Fishman Island against the Big Mom pirates, who had taken over as protectors of the island from the Whitebeard pirates.
未来の海賊王のクルーになろうちゅう男が4かごときに臆しておられるか。
During these 2 years, the world of One Piece witnessed changes in terms of power dynamics amongst the 3 great powers: the Marines, the 4 Emperors, and the Warlords of the Sea. Here are some key events that unfolded during this time. Clash between Sakazuki and Kuzan was notable. 2 admirals engaged in a battle on Punk Hazard, a research island that was left devastated by their confrontation. Ultimately, Sakazuki, also known as Akainu, emerged as the victor, assumed the position of Fleet Admiral for the Marines. Meanwhile, Kuzan, also known as Aokiji, decided to depart from his role within the Marines and became a wanderer. Subsequently, Sakazuki relocated Marine headquarters to the New World, closer to territories controlled by the 4 Emperors, established G1 as their base on what used to be Marineford. Moreover, he implemented reforms that transformed the Marines into a ruthless force under their new motto of absolute justice. The clash between the Blackbeard pirates and the Revolutionary Army was another marquee event.
ここにはドラゴンもニックギサボもいる。ここは革命軍の総本部だ。
Teach and his crew launched an assault on Botigo Island, the headquarters of Dragon's army, successfully razed it to ruins. However, despite this setback, Dragon's forces managed to escape and regroup at a location. Consequently, Teach ascended to become one of the 4 emperors after replacing Whitebeard, while simultaneously expanding his territory and influence. He also gained powers from devil fruits by seeking out wielders and taking their abilities using his dark fruit. Thirdly, the clash between the Big Mom pirates led by Charlotte Linlin, one of the 4 emperors, and the Fire Tank pirates led by Capone Bedge occurred when Bedge infiltrated her crew. Bedge devised a plan to assassinate Big Mom during her Tea Party event, where she intended to arrange a marriage between her daughter Pudding and Sanji's brother Beansmoke Niji. This alliance was meant to strengthen ties with the Beansmoke family, who ruled Jelma 66, an army consisting of enhanced soldiers. However, Bedge's scheme was spoiled by Luffy and his allies' intervention, forcing him to escape Big Mom's anger. Next up, we have the clash between Shanks and Kaido. Shanks, an emperor revered by Luffy, intercepted Kaido, another emperor who was en route to Marineford for a war. The specifics of their encounter remain undisclosed. Nevertheless, it seems that they reached some sort of agreement or stalemate, since Kaido did not participate in the Marineford conflict.
そしてレベリーでの白熱の議論の末、大多数の賛同を得て可決されたのだった。
Lastly, we need to talk about the disbandment of the warlord system. The 7 warlords of the sea, a group of pirates allied with the world government in exchange for immunity and privileges, were officially dissolved following a decision made during Reverie, a summit involving kings and leaders from various nations. The main factor behind this decision was the fact that numerous warlords had misused their power, resulting in harm rather than good for the world. As a response, the Marines initiated an operation to apprehend and eliminate the former warlords. These are some of the events that took place during the 2-year time gap in One Piece. These events had a huge impact on the storyline and the world of One Piece, as they altered the power dynamics among the groups and introduced new challenges and threats for Luffy and his crew. The time gap also created anticipation and excitement among fans, who eagerly awaited to witness how Luffy and his crew would fare against their adversaries and allies. Ultimately, this time gap sets the stage for the saga of One Piece, where Luffy will confront his rivals and strive to fulfill his dream of becoming the Pirate King. We hope you enjoyed this video and gained insights into the series. If you did, please show your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel for One Piece content. We truly appreciate your support and feedback. Thank you for watching. またね!